Hello everybody and welcome to JGod Gaming. In today's video we're going to be focusing on a little bit of an older weapon that got nerfed a while back, but I hadn't really done a follow-up video to give you guys the best class setup. I had an opportunity to play with this a little bit on stream, kind of messed around with it, and it's still as good as it ever was. I know a lot of people had issues with certain nerfs to the actual Volk Sturmgewehr, if you want to call it the long name, but basically the Volk, I'm going to give you the best class setup for it, and here it is. So in my opinion, the best class setup for the Volk is extended mags, advanced rifling, and high caliber. I'm going to get into a little bit about why those are the best ones in my opinion. I'm actually running armor just because I like that little bit of FMJ, flint reduction, nade protection, tactical nade protection. So all around, that's just my favorite division. And then I'm using Blitzkrieg with basically just a recon and counter recon, just so I can have that UAV spam up, since I was pretty much just going for kills with the weapon, not necessarily trying to get streaks, because obviously as you're going to see, I could have got some pretty lengthy streaks, calling ball turret gunner, all that type of stuff. But let's get into the gameplay. If you are new to the channel, typically I like to give you the information you clicked on the video right away, and that's the best class setup. And then what I like to do is go into a deep dive of my actual gameplay, kind of give you my thought process as I use the weapon, talk a little bit about the strengths and weaknesses, and then why I chose that specific class setup. So if that type of content, as well as in-game updates, other best class setups, tips to improve, or different subscriber breakdowns are interesting to you at all, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on if you're enjoying the content so far, or decide you enjoy it as you watch. Go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. My goal for this video is at least 150 likes, so if you can help me out with that, be very appreciated. So as you can see in the background, I've already died a couple times, and this is the part where I'm actually going on my streak. And you're going to see how I kind of navigate the map. I really want to go ahead and take over this B side, just because if you get B side, you're going to control the map. That guy didn't really know where he was. We don't have a recon up. That guy's actually killed me all 3 of my times. So you're going to kind of see how that plays a factor. I'm going to start on a streak right now, and then I'm going to push to that right side so I can go ahead and take over B. I'm pretty much pushing B on my own. There's not really any teammates coming that way, but I'm able to push up, get that little bit of a high caliber kill right there. You can see he has a little death skull in the kill feed that I got that headshot. And then my team starts to swarm in. We start capturing B, really holding down this sight line, because that's where they're going to be coming from. What you got to be aware of in this situation is as soon as they push a little too deep, it looks like the spawns could potentially flip. That's why I come back around, and I see my teammate just spawned at C, so I'm just kind of wary around this angle. So now I come around, navigating through the middle of the map. High caliber is definitely going to be able to reduce the time to kill. This gun is still a laser beam, fast fader fire. You can see I absolutely melted that guy. Get kind of out of that position. I see my teammate run that way. I'm trying to gather full health, because anytime you get an engagement, you want to make sure you're at that full health. A lot of times people do get in gunfights, and it's a close contested gunfight, and they end up losing because they didn't have that full health. So right now I'm just kind of navigating the map. You can see how quick the ADS still is on this weapon, that it's not going to hinder you from actually getting those quick snap-on kills. I did get that bouncing Betty kill knocked out of the way, and then pretty much we're still holding down this B side. It looks like there's an enemy right here. I come around, teammates already kind of finishing him off, and we have pretty reasonable map control. And you can see no one's really pushing too far to flip the A spawn, especially since we already got good control of that. We're not really messing around with that too much. And you see a teammate is pushing kind of in this direction, but they're not going to the point to actually cap the flag, because that'll influence the spawns in a negative way. Again, continue to melt with this specific class setup. I still got my recon, counter recon out, and I continue to spam them for my team, so pretty much they know where everyone's at on the map. And it looks like the teammate just died and they lost control of B. So now we got to kind of rotate, still hold down this left side with the teammate I'm with right now, and then just make sure that they don't push any further, and that'll make my teammate's job capping B a heck of a lot easier. So you can see right now my teammates are pushing up B. Anyone coming around this side, we're already locking it down, and some would say this is kind of camping or whatever, but I'm really just locking down this flag. There's no point in triple capping. Triple capping is usually a bad move, primarily because it will almost force flip those spawns, but in this particular case we are out slaying the enemy team, so we would probably be able to triple cap. But right here you can see we're just kind of holding it down. Look at most of the feed. It's usually a lot of green names that are getting the kills done. So my whole team right now, as soon as we pushed, we ended up flipping those spawns. Kind of rotate back around that way, make sure that we got those recon and counter recons again. I'm able to cycle that through the team, and since I'm running Blitzkrieg, I get those extra long 45-second recon and counter recon planes. I can see someone still in the back on this side, and then the spawns flipped again, but it's kind of like wonky spawns right now, because they're still spawning on the left side by A, and then they're still spawning by C. It's kind of rotating back and forth. So that's what I meant by triple capping. It's kind of messing up the spawns, and you saw a perfect example of that right now. So right here I can see my teammate kind of holding down the bunker, and then now it looks like the spawn's almost entirely flipped except for one guy in this little house. So as soon as we take that guy out, it's a full spawn flip. Still got someone at B, and they're just kind of holding down this sight line. And that's pretty much what you got to do. Is you got to be really map aware. And a lot of times what people do is they don't necessarily understand that concept, is because I'm not on the flag at all. People think you literally have to be standing on the flag and making sure you cap those flags to get those wins. But unfortunately, that's not really how it works. What you really want to do is make sure that you're in position so that you can take care of the map control. And you can see right here, we do have A kind of slipping open. There's no one really on that side, but I gotta make a push effort to get this B side again since it was lost. Picked up a secondary weapon just because at the end of the day with armored, you're not going to really be able to go on a 25 streak unless you have forage on or you're running expeditionary and your armored slot. So what I had to do is go back in, rotate that out so that I can make sure I have enough ammo to complete the round. Only a couple seconds left. We are double capped. They are trying to cap A, and that's just kind of how I'm navigating the map. And that's pretty much it for that round. If we're going to go into the second half, if you enjoyed the video so far, remember to hit that like button. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe for all that type of content that I talked about with notifications on. Obviously, I'm running a 6-party, but we're kind of still focusing on that map control. We're only winning by 23 because we didn't really push the issue for that triple capping. As long as you maintain that double cap, you can see there's not a lot of captures going on. We're still winning the match. We're still going to win by probably about 50 by the end of the day if we continue to hold this formula. And you get a high win percentage that way. So a lot of times it's not necessary just to sit on flags and to continue to cap and force that triple cap. So right here I know that they're going to be coming out of spawn. I get in a better position just because I know there's a lot of teammates there. I got a couple hit markers. I'm no good on that side. No one pushed to B. Now I got to rotate to B. I got a couple teammates pushing up mid. And then I kind of push back to right side because it looks like a few teammates are heading to mid. And I want to try and cut people off coming around this right side. See the guys right there? I get a couple shots off. He hits me back. You gotta avoid some of these gunfights that you know you're losing. Another bouncing Betty kill. I actually was able to take that guy out. And it looks like we're able to start rotating towards B since enough teammates pushed up for that map control. So right here, I'm kind of helping out the person on the flag. They're sitting up there watching mid right, and I'm watching their little sight line here. So we got a little bit of double coverage there. Make sure they cap the flag. And in this specific case, you can't say that I'm not actually playing the objective, because I'm actually keeping people from getting the guy who's on the objective off the objective. You can see right here, the range on this gun is impressive, and that's where that advanced rifling comes in. So right here, I got a 20 streak, feeling pretty good, feel almost like 100% certain that I'm going to get this V2 rocket. You're going to see a little bit of what happens here. I think a little bit of connectivity issues, and a little bit of, I've never actually seen this before. You'll see it. So I go ahead and come around over here, get this guy over, and then I actually wait till I'm full health. You can see I got 2 hit markers. So you can see right now I'm at full health. I walk out, melt this guy, don't get a hit marker, and rotate around. Now I'm on a 22 streak. So it's really close. I'm feeling really good. I rotate over here. I go ahead and get that, and I absolutely melted. And you guys can comment down below and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this has ever been a 2-shot kill, even when you get headshots, because LMG don't have that damage multiplier that the same thing that high caliber gives them. So I can't imagine. Like right here, I was a little bit like, what the heck just happened? What's funny actually about those turrets is they're not even in competitive. So if you played in ranked play or you watch any of the CWL events that they have going on, you're going to notice that those turrets don't exist. There are some variations on the maps as well. Like even on Flak Tower, they have extra barrels in places that aren't in the normal public matches. So it's funny how they balance the game appropriately. But in that case, it wasn't. It's that turret is not balanced at all. And obviously, I did use the turret a couple times because it is on the map. You're going to use it. So I'm not saying that people shouldn't use it, but obviously it shouldn't be in the game. They should have removed it a long time ago just because it creates imbalance. And even when I used it, I'm pretty sure I got like four hit markers with that, but not 2. That's just crazy. The time to kill on 2 hit markers on a LMG that fires that fast is just absurd. You can see we're going to win this match. We're up by 50. We haven't really done anything dumb. We still kept A and B the entire time, which is a lot of what I talk about. So this is a perfect example. Even though we're in a full team and all that stuff, the actual foundation of what I'm talking about is really what holds. We do end up going on where the enemy team just ends up leaving, and then we end up triple capping just to end the match out, and we completely dominate in that way. But what I do want to point out is we were winning the entire match primarily by holding the spawn flag and B flag without flipping the spawns and without triple capping. And that's really what I preach in a lot of my videos, is focusing on those specific elements that you don't need to triple cap. Focus on controlling the spawns, not flipping the spawns, and you're going to win more matches. The enemy team is going all the way to A, which is kind of a bad move because then they don't really have control of that mid-map, and then they're going to end up losing A right away if the spawns didn't flip. So we go and rack around this way and make sure the spawns aren't spawning on this side. The guy comes around, absolutely melt him. I get shot in the back. And that's pretty much how the round's going to go. If you guys did enjoy the video in any way, remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn notifications on, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.